What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. With the Ford project engine swap done, I'm going to put this thing on that stand after I build it, and we'll start tearing into this, seeing how bad it is, and then we'll figure out if it's either going to go in the Mazda or the Bronco. I'm hoping for the Mazda. Just depends on what I find parts for first. Never built an engine stand before. This looks like it's going to be a project. Also, after I build this stand, I'm going to clean this place up, because this has been neglected for quite some time, as you can see. I have my slave building the engine stand. I got my part done, had to drag this whole thing around the back. Took the flex plate off there, and man, this thing was really rough. I want to rebuild it, but... Okay, engine is on the stand. Kind of a little weird, but we had to do some weird stuff. Got my old oil drain pan bucket here, so I'm gonna pour that down there, and it's full of water. I don't know how well you can see that, but we're just doing some finishing touches. Trini's struggling, trying to get the legs folded up. So get back to you in a bit after I let that drain for a minute. Straight water. We'll let that drain for a little bit. Okay. Just giving her a nice, healthy bath of, what is this stuff? Engine degreaser. Then I'm going to spray it down with brake parts cleaner. I'm staining the floors, as you can see this little mess we got going on. Okay. This thing's been painted a couple colors, or the pan has at least. Try not to slip around this. Don't let them match in here. Trying to take the pan off, and people usually take the heads off before they get this far, but I'm a little bass backwards. Took the oil pan off. I wonder where these came from. Well, I guess it's not metal shavings, but you can definitely tell that there was a blown head gasket or something cracked with all this milkshake. So if you notice, while I'm taking these off, I really not keeping track where the push rods are, because I want to put a new cam in it regardless. If like I said, I'm taking these heads off, and I'm going to look at the pistons, look at the rings, look at the cylinder walls to see if anything's salvageable. Because if it's not really worth it, I really don't want to bore this thing out. I'll hone it out, but I don't want to spend the money on the machine shop to hone it out. I will take it there to get it like decked and make sure there's no cracks in the block itself, and I'll obviously put different heads on it. But this is going to be ultra budget, as cheap as I can get it. We're just taking a look here. Let's see. The head gasket doesn't even look like it's blown at all, so it's probably definitely the head. But this was the good side, so it could have just blown on that one side. A little bit of surface rust from setting in the rain, and of course you got the little ring ridge, but I honestly believe that I could probably hone this out and it'll be alright. Like I said, there's just that one rust spot on this wall that I bet I can get out. Looks like standard bore pistons with the 4 valve reliefs, so nothing built or anything like that, but Trini's trying to untorque this side. I did this side. Alright, what's going on, everybody? We're back again. I think this is about 3 weeks before the previous, or 3 weeks after the previous clip. Finally getting warm again. What I want to do is actually just check. I'm going to pull out all the pistons, number them real quick, and look at our bearings. I feel like that would be the next step into seeing, do we rebuild this, or I can spend $2,200, get a rebuilt with a hydraulic camshaft, hydraulic roller camshaft, compared to our flat tappet camshaft. Like I said, still going over numbers, stuff like that. This is going to need everything. Block's going to need to go off to be machined. Everything's going to need, like, the new heads. We're going to need new heads. Probably going to need to be bored just because of ring ridge. And, of course, we have this, the rust. I mean, the rust you can probably, like, hone out pretty good. But the ring ridge is pretty bad, so... Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be more cost effective to get this block rebuilt or go with the remand flat or remand hydraulic. We'll find out. Like I said, I'm going to do some numbers. Enough talking. Let's tear right into this. I'm just getting stuff cleaned up here so I can put the paint marker on these. This freeze plug, it's been put in before. You see, got that Dorman number on there. It looks like it's cockeyed. Maybe that's where all my antifreeze was going and I didn't have a blown head gasket the second time. I'm gonna wipe this stuff off, get this marked, and we'll take a look. Judging by cylinder number 1 and the crankshaft, I think it is gonna be cheaper to just get a new engine. Oh, goodness. Because that'll have to be turned down a lot. And just deep grooves in this number 1 piston. I mean, no bueno. Let's get this piston pulled out. Looking at the piston, I mean, she's pretty cooked. So, I mean, I'm obviously going to take all this stuff apart just because I like taking stuff apart. But chances of reusing this block, maybe not. Maybe you could remanufacture these pistons. Maybe some hot rodder would like them. Because I was talking to a guy, I don't think these are pop-up pistons, but they might be flat tops. I don't know what I'm looking at. You guys can cure my ignorance in the comments. Are these good pistons, or are they just the stock, like, low compression pistons? Let me know. Here's number 2. It's just got this little chip in it. The crankshaft, honestly, I might have been overreacting. Crankshaft doesn't look that bad. I mean, for as many miles as it has on it. And these look like bronze bearings to me. Am I wrong in saying that usually they're aluminum? This might be some form of just worn out aluminum. Like I said, a lot of ignorance going on in this. And I'd love to learn from all you old heads out there. Telling me I'm doing stuff wrong, but I probably am. But that's how you learn. Alright, so in conclusion, I went ahead and took the cam out. Cam bearings look alright, but you know, if you're gonna tear into it and especially upgrade it, you probably want new cam bearings. So add that to the list. New camshaft, new pistons, I would say, just because there's pretty consistent scarring on every single one of them. And maybe, I think you could probably be able to get this turned. The camera's not really picking it up, but I mean, it's not that bad. But then there's a couple of them, like the groove is a lot deeper on some of them. And yeah, I mean, if you were just wanting to do a basic build on this, I say you probably could get away with doing some cheap stuff. But I mean, I'd want to throw some horsepower at it. That's hinting why maybe the hydraulic roller kit or the hydraulic roller engine might just be worth it. I did take some lifters out, and I mean, they're mushroomed, so you'd have to come out through the top and then come out, grab the lifters through there. That'd be a pain in the butt. But I mean, if it was a decent block and salvageable, I'd say maybe. But it's an 80s block. It's got the emissions heads and all that sort of stuff on there, so I don't know. I'll kick the idea around. You guys let me know in the comments below what you think I should do. Thank you guys for watching, though. See you next time.